CCSP Exam Practice Questions. Domain 2, Cloud Data Security. Part 5. Question 1. A cloud security architect is designing a secure communication channel between two enterprise applications. The architect needs to ensure both confidentiality of the payload and integrity verification of the entire packet, including headers. Which protocol combination would best meet these requirements? A. SSL and TLS. B. HTTPS and SFTP. C. ESP and AH. D. SSH and SCP. Correct answer, C. Explanation. The combination of ESP, encapsulating security payload, and AH, authentication headers, protocols in IPsec provides exactly what the scenario requires. ESP provides confidentiality protection for packet payloads, while AH provides integrity verification for the entire packet, including headers. This combination ensures both requirements are met. The other options either don't provide header integrity verification or are application-level protocols that don't operate at the network layer. Question 2. An organization is setting up a TLS connection between a client and server. Which of the following correctly describes the role of the session key in this process? A. It is the server's public key used to establish the initial handshake. B. It is a permanent key stored in the server's digital certificate. C. It is a symmetric key created by the client and encrypted with the server's public key. D. It is the private key used by the certificate authority to sign the server's certificate. Correct answer, C. Explanation. In TLS handshake, the session key, also known as an ephemeral key, is a symmetric encryption key created by the client specifically for that session. The client encrypts this session key using the server's public key before sending it to the server. Once the server receives it, it uses its private key to decrypt the session key. Both parties then use this symmetric session key for the remainder of their communication. The key is temporary and is destroyed when the session ends. Question 3. Which of the following statements accurately describes a security concern when implementing encrypted protocols? A. HTTPS always provides maximum security regardless of the chosen cipher suite. B. The security of a TLS implementation depends on the strength of the selected cipher suite. C. Using any version of SSL is acceptable as long as it's combined with HTTPS. D. The newest version of a protocol automatically provides the strongest encryption. Correct answer, B. Explanation. The security of a TLS implementation is directly dependent on the strength of the cipher suite selected during the handshake process. Even though TLS is a secure protocol, if weak cipher suites are allowed or selected, the overall security of the communication can be compromised. This is why it's crucial to disable weak cipher suites and ensure only strong, modern encryption algorithms are used. The other options present common misconceptions about protocol security. Question 4. While reviewing server configurations, a security analyst discovers that several internal services are using unencrypted protocols. Which of the following represents the correct secure alternative for these common protocols? A. HTTP port 80 to port 43, Telnet port 23 to port 21, SMTP port 25 to port 110. B. HTTPS port 443, FTPS port 990, SMTPS port 465. C. HTTP port 80 to port 8080, FTP port 21 to port 23, SMTP port 25 to port 587. D. HTTPS port 444, SSH port 23, SMTPS port 26. Correct answer, B. Explanation. When securing common protocols, the correct secure alternatives use specific well-known ports for their encrypted versions. HTTPS uses port 443, secure version of HTTP. FTPS uses port 990, secure version of FTP. and SMTPS uses port 465, secure version of SMTP. These represent the standard secure implementations of these common protocols with their officially assigned ports. Question 5. A cloud service provider is implementing IPsec VPN connections. Which statement accurately describes IPsec tunnel mode versus transport mode? A. Tunnel mode is for user connections, while transport mode is for site-to-site connections. B. Transport mode encrypts only the payload, while tunnel mode encrypts the entire packet. C. Tunnel mode is used for site-to-site connections, while transport mode is for end-user VPN clients. D. Transport mode requires ESP, while tunnel mode requires AH. Correct answer, C. Explanation. In IPsec implementations, tunnel mode is specifically designed for site-to-site connections, where two networks are connected through an unencrypted tunnel, making the connection transparent to end users. Transport mode, on the other hand, is used when individual end-user computers connect to a remote network using IPsec VPN clients. This distinction is important for understanding how to properly implement VPN solutions in different scenarios. Question 6. Your organization is implementing secure email communications. Which combination of protocols and ports represents the correct secure email configuration? A. POP port 110, IMAP port 143, SMTP port 25. B. POP port 995, IMAP port 993, SMTP port 465. C. POP port 95, IMAP port 143, SMTP port 587. D. POP port 110, IMAP port 993, SMTP port 465. Correct answer, B. Explanation. The correct secure email configuration uses encrypted versions of all email protocols on their designated secure ports. POP3S on port 995 instead of unencrypted POP3 on 110. IMAPs on port 993 instead of unencrypted IMAP on 143, and SMTPS on port 465 instead of unencrypted SMTP on 125. This configuration ensures that all email communications, including authentication, message retrieval, and message sending, are encrypted. Question 7. An organization is concerned about DNS spoofing attacks in their cloud infrastructure. Which protocol should they implement to verify the authenticity of DNS records? A. DNSSEC with HTTPS. B. DNS over TLS. C. DNSSEC. D. Secure DNS with IPsec. Correct answer, C. Explanation. DNSSEC is specifically designed to address DNS spoofing concerns by adding digital signatures to DNS records. This allows clients to verify that the DNS records they receive are authentic and haven't been tampered with during transmission. While other options might provide encryption, only DNSSEC provides the cryptographic verification of DNS record authenticity through digital signatures. Question 8. During a security audit, a consultant notices that voice communications between remote offices are using standard RTP protocol. What is the most appropriate recommendation to secure these communications? A. Implement TLS encryption for all voice traffic. B. Use SRTP protocol for voice communications. C. Configure IPsec tunnels for RTP traffic. D. Enable SSH tunneling for voice data. Correct answer, B. Explanation, SRTP, Secure Real-Time Transport Protocol, is specifically designed to provide encryption and authentication for RTP, Real-Time Transport Protocol, voice and video communications. It's the most appropriate choice because it was developed to address the security needs of real-time communications while maintaining the performance characteristics required for voice and video traffic. While other options might provide encryption, they aren't optimized for real-time communications and could introduce latency or other performance issues. Question 9. A cloud architect is designing a secure file transfer solution. The requirement is to use existing SSH infrastructure for file transfers. Which protocol should be implemented? A. FTPS, B. SSL TLS, C. SFTP, D. HTTPS. Correct answer, C. Explanation, SFTP SSH File Transfer Protocol is the correct choice because it uses an existing SSH infrastructure to establish secure file transfers. Since the requirement specifically mentions using SSH infrastructure, SFTP is the most appropriate solution as it operates over an SSH connection. FTPS and HTTPS use different security mechanisms, TLS, and SSL TLS is just the security protocol, not a file transfer solution. Question 10. When implementing TLS in a cloud environment, which statement accurately describes the relationship between TLS and cryptographic algorithms? A. TLS is a standalone encryption algorithm that doesn't rely on other cryptographic methods. B. TLS can only use AES for encryption and SHA-256 for hashing. C. TLS is a protocol that uses various cryptographic algorithms specified in cipher suites. D. TLS implements its own proprietary encryption methods, independent of other algorithms. Correct answer, C. Explanation, TLS, Transport Layer Security, is not an encryption algorithm itself, but rather a protocol that uses various cryptographic algorithms specified in cipher suites. During the TLS handshake, the client and server agree on which cipher suite to use, which can include different combinations of encryption algorithms, hash functions, and other cryptographic components. This flexibility allows TLS to be updated with new algorithms as cryptographic standards evolve. Question 11. In a cloud deployment, which combination of IPsec protocols and modes would be most appropriate for securing communication between two data centers? A. ESP in transport mode with SSL. B. AH in transport mode with TLS. C. ESP and AH in tunnel mode. D. ESP in transport mode with SSH. Correct answer, C. Explanation, for securing communication between two data centers, ESP, encapsulating security payload, and AH, authentication header, in tunnel mode is the most appropriate combination. Tunnel mode is specifically designed for site-to-site connections, while ESP provides payload encryption and AH ensures packet integrity including headers. This combination provides comprehensive security for inter-data center communication. The other options either use inappropriate protocols or modes that aren't suitable for site-to-site connections. Question 12. A security team is implementing secure email services in their cloud environment. Which statement accurately describes a comprehensive email security approach? A. Using SMTPS alone provides complete email security. B. Implementing SMIME with encrypted SMTP, POP, and IMAP protocols provides both transport and message-level security. C. Using HTTPS for webmail is sufficient for email security. D. TLS-enabled SMTP is enough to secure all email communications. Correct answer, B. Explanation. A comprehensive email security approach requires both transport-level and message-level security. Using encrypted versions of email protocols, SMTPS on port 465, PPs on port 995, and IMAPs on port 993, provides transport security, while SMIME adds message-level encryption and digital signatures. This layered approach ensures that emails are protected both during transmission and at rest. The other options only address transport security or provide incomplete protection.